Welcome back, CAD 5 class. This is part 2 of Chapter 8, Dimensioning in AutoCAD. Now, some of the concepts we're going to cover in this video, we'll see it later on in a later chapter, but I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to other parts of dimensioning. Just keep in mind that we'll practice these concepts in a later chapter. Next slide. Geometric dimensioning and tolerancing, also known as GD&T. We do not cover GD&T in this class. There's a class, CAD 45, dedicated strictly to GD&T. So it's drafting with GD&T symbols. But if you wanted to know how to add GD&T in AutoCAD, you go to the Annotate tab, go to the Dimensions panel, go to the pull down to give you more commands, and here is the GD&T icon. So click on the GD&T icon, click on the dimension you want to attach GD&T frame to, and the dialog box will allow you to type in numbers and your datums. Next slide. Now, typically we don't want extension lines to cross dimension lines. It's okay if you don't have a choice. It's okay if you leave the extension line crossing this dimension line. But if you do want to clean it up, add a break. Go to the Annotate tab, Dimensions panel, and this is the Dimensions break icon. Once you click on the icon, select the dimension you want to break. Select it, hit enter, and it will automatically detect any clashing, and it'll add the break for you here in the extension line. Next slide. Okay, sometimes you want to add text and or symbols to your dimensions. So let's say, for example, we have this hole, and you wanted to create a second hole with the same diameter of 0.31. So you would have to put 2 places on your dimension indicating that there are 2 holes with the same diameter. So you simply double click on the dimension, and you can just on the keyboard type in 2x space, indicating that there's 2 holes with the same diameter of 31. Once you're done, click outside the text box, and you'll be able to exit the command and also hit escape to exit. Next slide. How to add a symbol. So here we have a cylindrical shape where we are to dimension the rectangular view. You use a linear dimension to add your dimension, but you still need to add the diameter symbol. So you simply double click on the dimension, double click, and then you have the option of adding a symbol. So you can just go to the pull down here to the symbol, click, and here are some of the most common symbols: degrees, plus or minus, and diameter. So you can just simply from the list here pick the diameter symbol, and it'll insert the diameter symbol. Once you're done, you can click outside the box and hit escape. Also, if you wanted to change the dimension, let's say you wanted to overwrite the 0.75 diameter, and let's say you wanted to make it 1 inch, you simply highlight the purple area, it'll turn a dark blue, and you can overwrite the text and type in your own dimension of 1.0, for example. Once you're done, don't forget to click outside the box to exit the text box and then hit escape on the keyboard. Another option for inserting symbols is by clicking Other. So if you were looking for a symbol, for example, countersunk, depth, or counterboard, you wanted to insert one of those symbols, it's not listed, simply go to Other, and we'll show how to do that on the next slide. So another way to add symbols is to double click on the text as we did before. Go to Symbol, go to the drop down. Here we have a small list of symbols, the most common symbols. Another option is to click on Other, and you'll have a lot more options as far as symbols to choose from. This is the character map. Go to the drop down, go to GDT, or type in GDT and it'll show you the most common drafting symbols that you see on drawings. We have counterbore, countersunk, depth, and we'll be inserting these symbols in a later chapter. So we'll come back to this slide later on. Here's the diameter symbol. So it'll be the small diameter symbol. You click on it. By selecting it, it'll increase in size, letting you know that you've chosen that symbol. Click select. It'll populate the characters to copy line. And you can keep on clicking if you want to add more symbols to this line. Then you can select it with the mouse, highlight it, hit copy, or hit Control C to copy. Then go back to your dimension. If you want to add the symbol here in the front, you right click, paste, or Control V to paste. If you want to add the symbol in the back, right click on the back and paste, or Control V. And again, we'll be covering more how to insert symbols in a later chapter when discussing tolerances and counterbore and countersunk and depth symbols. End of lecture.